Hi, so keeping up with our 5 minute guitar lessons, we're going to do something a little bit different this time. As you can see, I've got my nylon string guitar, and what we're going to do is start working just a tiny bit more on music theory. And so, in a previous lesson, we had defined our highest pitch string as the E string, the high E string, and we've done so based on the fact that it's the note E. And we have our first fret F and our third fret G. And so we have this sort of shape in which we can picture no fingers on the neck, our first finger on the first fret, and our third finger on the third fret. And what that does is that gives us sort of a shape where we have nothing on the neck, one fret, third fret. Now we could move that same shape forward to the first fret and do, and it's the same distance between notes. Now that's a very theory and very thick concept. But long story short, an open string without any finger on the frets is one fret away from the first fret. And if we moved that whole shape up one fret, it would be first fret, second fret, fourth fret. Now, if that's a little confusing for you, don't panic. It'll make sense as we go along. I'm not concerned with you fully having that concept yet. But just understand that there's a concept of the distance between notes, the distance between E and F, the distance between F and G, and those distances are what we're mostly going to end up studying. But enough about that. Let's move on to the actual lesson on what you can do on guitar. So just like we have E, first fret, third fret as E, F, and G, we have our second string, which is from, if we count our high E as our first string, our second string is the string just above that, the B string. B as in boy, and we can make the exact same shape on our B string that we do on our E. So our E string, we have open, first fret, third fret. On our B string, we have open, first fret, third fret. Now what this gives you is almost a full octave, which, don't worry, it's a technical term, but you'll come to understand it. And so we can play B, our first fret is C, and our fourth fret is D. Our third fret is D. And what you want to do, which I have not really touched on yet, is you want to play the notes as close to these little frets, these little fret markers as possible without being on top of them. And that will give you the purest sound. Now, we can go B, C, D, E, F, G. And we can do that as often as we want. We can do it in any order that we want. And it creates a very nice, you can create all sorts of nice melodies just from those notes alone, without touching on any other string, without touching on other frets. we can make all this all sorts of nice little melodies from that. So just to recap, our real lesson has just been the second string going up, the second highest pitch is B, the first fret is C on that string, and the third fret is D on that string. And this went a little bit over, but I'm glad to show you. We'll come back again probably tomorrow.